Praise be to Jesus. Well, hello again, everyone. Charles with you here, late Monday afternoon. So we have some more, I think four more updates for you. So let's get started. A deal between the Vatican and Beijing, reportedly to be signed by the end of the month, signals Rome's abandonment of China's Catholics, just as the communist regime is brutally cracking down on religious freedom, warns critics. Under the term of the landmark agreement, Beijing will recognize the Pope as the head of the Catholic Church in China, and the Holy See will give Beijing control over appointing bishops, the Wall Street Journal reported Friday. The deal could still be derailed by unforeseen circumstances, the Wall Street Journal reported. In the deal, first floated in February, the Vatican will also formally recognize and consecrate seven excommunicated bishops the Chinese state appointed to the government run Catholic Patriotic Church, and whom the Vatican rejected at that time. You know, Moreover, Pope Francis will order two bishops of the underground church who have faithfully served for decades under intense persecution to hand over their dioceses to bishops appointed by the communist authorities, notes China expert Steve Mosher. Now, this is really very sad news. Very, very, very sad news. The former prefect of the Congregation of the Doctrine of the Faith has opposed the idea that clericalism is the root problem of the current abuse crisis. On 17th of September, Cardinal Gerhard Mueller said the roots of evil regarding the abuse crisis are both the turning away from the truth and moral license. A doctrinal corruption will lead to a moral corruption, he said. At the center must stand the incarnation of Jesus Christ, he added. A Jesuit priest at a well known pro homosexual Manhattan parish has been removed as pastor for boundary violations with an adult male who attended the parish. Father Bob Ecke has been removed as pastor of St. Francis Xavier Church and restricted from the exercise of public sacramental ministry, according to a September 15th letter from Jesuit Superior John Sirio, read out at parish masses last weekend. Pope Francis has told French young people that sex is a great gift from God, not a taboo, and should be lived as a lifelong passionate love between man and woman. Francis urged the group of young Catholics from the Grenoble diocese to protect their sexuality from pornography and other temptations that separate sex from love. He acknowledged people fall and commit sin, but said, "This isn't the sexuality of love." He added, "Sex is a gift of God, not a taboo, and has two aims: to show love and create life." And then it says, church teaching forbids premarital sex and reserves intercourse for a husband and wife. The church also opposes artificial birth control. Of course, that last part is a comment of the person who wrote it. That's not what the Pope said, you know. He fails to mention what's most important, that sexual expression is meant only for marriage. Again, he's done this before. He equates sex with love and gives people the idea, young people the idea, that as if they love each other, then sex is okay. And people who support the Pope would see absolutely nothing wrong. And he didn't say anything wrong. It's what he left out. That's, I mean, it's a teaching moment for the Pope in front of a group of young people, and he doesn't take the opportunity to do what his ministry calls him to do, which is one of those things is to not only defend the faith, which he doesn't need to do here because no one's attacking him or attacking the faith, but he needs to, the other part of his ministry is to propagate the faith. He has an opportunity to propagate the faith. All right. This is propagating the faith by the Pope has been part of the Catholic Church for almost 2,000 years. So here it is again. He passes up an opportunity to propagate official Catholic teaching properly. In other words, to call these people to make sure that they understand that sexual expression is for marriage. He doesn't do that. He just equates it with love. Like I said, he's done this before. And just people, there are just so many people that just don't see the omission. You know, he makes a lot of omissions. The Pope does, and people don't recognize it because I think really that we personally, as far as our sin is concerned, don't really find it much harder to recognize sins of omission. All right, that I should have done something and I didn't do it, or I should have said something and I didn't do it. We tend not to look at these things as sin. We just tend to look at something overt or something that we do as sinful. But I think with God, sins of omission can even be greater than sins of commission. But I mean, the fact that we all tend to do that, and I certainly include myself, really blinds us to the fact that, he does this regularly, that he leaves out, he doesn't take full, he doesn't take the full opportunity to speak as he should speak. And this is, I mean, I'm not going to call it a sin. It's not for me to do that, but it's certainly an omission on his part. And, it's just one thing after the other. Boy, Lord, get me out of this job. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm only kidding about that. It's just, I constantly look at this stuff every day. I've been doing this for, I think, like 15 months now. And it can really wear you down. Well, anyway, that's all we have for today. So enjoy your day or evening, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.